Ever wonder what you can do as a leader to provide feedback that helps your employees improve and become leaders? Other than just using your company's review process, there are some great things that you can do to work into your repertoire and help create positive learning experiences. In this presentation, I will cover a few things that you can do to help your team become effective teammates and future leaders. Giving feedback as a leader can be a challenge. The way we communicate with our team needs to be consistent, fair, and structured. But we also must remember that each person is different. An example is Bob is very straightforward. He likes to hear it as it is. Sandra needs things explained in detail and the reasons broken down into specifics. I have considered the difference in the way people communicate and have some ideas that can be tailored for any type of teammate. Positive feedback. Make sure that you tell your employees when they do a good job. This must be done frequently, in a timely manner, and specific. If you only give negative feedback, they may feel like you only mention when they do something wrong. If you make a point of giving positive feedback, this not only makes the employee feel good, but also reiterates positive behavior. You must be specific. Bob, the way you put together that report on Tuesday was excellent. You provided clear and positive results about the campaign. If you just say good job, it's too general and no information on what you liked about the report. Finding the right time to provide feedback. Life is all about the right timing. Choose a time that works for both you and your teammate. Make sure you have time to create a two-way discussion. If you only have 1 minute, it can feel like you don't really care and don't have the time, and it isn't that important to you. Make sure you are asking them what they think and if they have questions, and have the appropriate time to address the questions. This will build trust. Then they can come to you and ask for feedback, which is the ultimate solution. Feedback builds engagement. Many companies are starting to focus on engagement and culture. This is something that needs to be built. Your feedback needs to have 3 elements: context, behavior, and impact. The context is what you observed. The behavior is what the employee did and said. And the impact is how the behavior affected the employee's ability to be successful. If you can link all these 3 together, you can provide constructive feedback, criticism, and praise. When employees feel engaged, they are willing to do whatever it takes to get the job done. Setting goals and expectations. This is like creating a roadmap for the employee to follow. Setting goals are specific, measurable, achievable, results-oriented, and determined over a certain time. The SMART goals will be the map that you can use to provide feedback. SMART goal setting is a popular technique for validating your goals. Having goals is important because it helps you save time and energy, making the process of goal setting more rewarding and valuable. And over to you, leader, the leader. The purpose of providing employee feedback is to improve the situation or job performance. You won't accomplish that by being harsh, critical, or offensive. Instead, try to meet your team's demands and work around them, and if you're serious about listening to your employees. As a team leader, you should also keep in mind that providing feedback is not a one-size-fits-all, even when considering additional variables such as age, environment, and life in general. In other words, you must adjust to each person's individual needs. What works for one does not necessarily work for all. The whole idea of feedback is to provide information about reactions to a person's performance or task or objective, which is used for a basis for improvement. The way in which we as leaders provide feedback can either help or hinder that employee. At the end of the day, the goal is to work together and have success together by creating an environment that you can give and receive feedback, but also be willing to ask and give suggestions as well. This is the engagement and culture that leaders love to achieve. We all want to work in an environment where we can communicate openly and honestly and be able to grow in the organization. I hope that these suggestions will help you improve the way you look, the way you provide feedback, and help your teammates grow and have higher job satisfaction.